Welcome to our California Real Estate Exam Prep video series. We'll give you 20 daily practice questions for the next 100 days with detailed answers to help you pass the exam and get your license. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe. Let's start now. 1. Which of the following would be defined as a fixture in the law? A. Something that is made part of a chattel real. B. Something referred to by actions, but not referred to in the sales contract. C. Something incorporated into the land. D. Something used in an extraordinary way with the land. Answer: C. A fixture is something which is attached to the land or other real property, and which thus becomes real property. 2. A standard title insurance policy insures against A. A recorded deed in the chain of title that was not properly delivered. B. Claims of persons in possession of the property. C. An easement by prescription. D. Losses sustained by improved property only. Answer: A. A standard policy of title insurance insures against matters of record, including improper delivery of a recorded deed, impersonation, forgery, and lack of capacity of a party to any transaction involving title to the land. It does not insure against claims of parties in possession. 3. Broker Daniel has an exclusive agency listing to sell a $65,000 home for owner Jones. Before the listing expires, the home was sold through Jones' own efforts to a friend, and Daniel was refused payment of any commission. Daniel is legally entitled to receive from Jones: A. No commission. B. 1/2 of a commission. C. All expenses that he incurred when advertising the property. D. A full commission. Answer: A. In an exclusive agency listing, the owner retains the right to sell it himself without being obligated to pay the broker a commission. 4. Which of the following would define a fee appraiser? A. A person who is employed by a lending institution to do its appraisals. B. A person who appraises property for the state of California. C. A person who appraises property for the federal government. D. A person who is self-employed and charges a fee. Answer: D. A fee appraiser is a person who appraises property for a fee and who is self-employed. 5. To arrive at a capitalization rate in the appraisal of an income-producing property, no provision should be made for which of the following? A. Depreciation. B. Federal taxes. C. Return of the investment. D. None of the above. Answer: B. When figuring the capitalization rate according to the summation method, an allowance is made for depreciation, which is the same thing as the return of the investment, but no provision should be made for federal income taxes in the capitalization rate. 6. An open-end provision in a mortgage would benefit the borrower the most if he: A. Prepaid the loan. B. Allowed a subsequent buyer to assume the loan. C. Had a loan subordinated to a construction loan. D. Borrowed additional money. Answer: D. An open-end provision in a mortgage allows the borrower to borrow additional amounts in the future without rewriting the loan documents. (7) A kiosk is the term used to identify A. An information booth in a mall. B. A construction crane. C. An addition to a shopping center. D. A special compartment to hold a security key for use by the fire department. Answer: A. A kiosk is a small booth or building. 8. The name of the summary proceeding to evict a defaulting tenant is A. Ejectment. B. Unlawful detainer. C. Abandonment. D. Surrender. Answer: B. Statement of fact. 9. Listing a home at an inflated price requiring minority prospects to pay that price, but accepting a lower price from other prospects. A. Is a violation of the fair housing laws by the seller only. B. Could cause the listing salesperson and broker to be liable for money damages in a fair housing suit. C. Is not a violation of the fair housing law because the property is still available to minority prospects. D. Is illegal only if an FHA or VA loan is being used to purchase the property. Answer: B. To require minorities to pay higher prices than other people is discrimination under both federal and state law and subjects the licensees involved to liability for money damages. 10. Under a valid assignment of a lease, the assignee purchases the leasehold interest and becomes A. Landlord. B. Guarantor. C. Sublessee. D. Tenant. Answer: D. The assignee is the one who purchases the lease, and he would be the new tenant. 11. An agreement between party A granting party B the right to offer, sell, or distribute goods or services under a marketing plan described by party A is commonly known as A. A personal securities investment. B. A real property securities transaction. C. A business opportunity transaction. D. A franchise agreement. Answer: D. Such a contract would be a typical franchise agreement in which one party, the franchisee, is given permission to use the marketing plan, advertising logo, etc., of the other party, the franchisor. 12. In using the capitalization process, which of the following cannot be deducted to determine the net income? A. A management fee. B. Maintenance expense. C. Mortgage interest. D. Vacancies. Answer: C. When using the capitalization approach to appraising, one starts with the scheduled gross income and subtracts the vacancies and uncollectible rents to arrive at the effective gross. One then subtracts the taxes, insurance, management, maintenance, utilities, and reserves for replacements to arrive at the net income. One would not deduct the mortgage interest to arrive at the net income. 13. The land that is benefited by an easement is called the A. Defeasible fee. B. Subjective property. C. Dominant tenement. D. Servient tenement. Answer: C. The dominant tenement is the land that is benefited by the easement. The servient tenement is the land that is burdened by the easement. 14. Which of the following would be considered an example of economic obsolescence? A. A leaking roof. B. No parking at the site. C. An oversupply of like properties. D. Poor design of rooms. Answer: C. Economic obsolescence is some factor which is outside of the property lines which decreases the value of the property. If, for instance, we were appraising a commercial building and there were 100 empty commercial buildings nearby, that would be an oversupply of like properties and would decrease the value of the subject property. 15. If an appraiser determines the value of a property by considering the income that it produces and the percentage return which can reasonably be expected to be earned on the investment, he is using a process which is called A. Market data method. B. Breakdown method. C. Cost approach. D. Capitalization. Answer: D. In appraising real property, the capitalization approach takes the annual net income and divides it by the capitalization rate, which is the rate of return expected by the investor. 16. When real property is held by husband and wife as community property, an agreement to sell that property which has been signed by only one spouse would be considered to be A. Illegal. B. Unenforceable. C. Binding. D. A violation of the statute of frauds. Answer: B. When title is held as community property, it takes both to convey title to that property. An agreement signed by only one spouse could not force the conveyance of that property. 17. A real estate licensee may lawfully refuse to show a home to a black prospect who is requested to see it in which of the following situations? A. When the owner is exempt under the 1968 Fair Housing Law and has stated that his single-family home is not available to black persons. B. When the licensee sincerely believes that showing the property would cause panic in the neighborhood. C. When the owner is out of town and has instructed the licensee that no showing may be made in his absence. D. The agent may not refuse to show any home to a black person at any time. Answer: C. An agent cannot show a property to anyone if the owner has instructed him along these lines. 18. Adams sold his house to Brooks, who did not record the deed, but took up residency there. Adams then sold the same property to Carr, who reviewed the county recorder's records, but did not examine the property. Adams gave Carr a deed, which Carr recorded. Which of the following would be true concerning title to the property? A. Carr and Brooks are co-owners of the property. B. Carr now owns the property, because he recorded his deed first. C. Carr has recourse against Brooks for failure to record. D. Brooks maintains title. Answer: D. While Brooks did not record his deed, he did occupy the property and apparently was in possession of it. Possession gives constructive notice, and therefore Carr's recording of his deed to the property would not create priority for his claim to be the owner. (19) A trustor defaults on his loan and refuses to reinstate the deed of trust. The most expedient thing for the beneficiary to do is to institute a sheriff's sale, b. lien sale, c. trustee's sale, d. judicial foreclosure. Answer: C. A trustee's sale would be the recommended procedure when there has been a default on a trust deed. It has many advantages over a judicial foreclosure. 20. A mortgage which by its terms provides that it secures the amount of the initial loan together with any sums later loaned to the mortgagor by the mortgagee is known as a. An all-inclusive mortgage, b. An open-ended mortgage, c. A wraparound mortgage, d. A blanket mortgage. Answer: B. An open-ended mortgage is an extension of credit from the lender to the borrower, allowing him, at a later time, to borrow additional funds. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on our future videos. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.